Have you managed people in any of the positions you've held? Yes. I have 1 year experience in managing 3 people. I distributed work to each member of my team, providing assistance and guidance, and mentored each employee to be a better employee. What types of people do you have trouble getting along with? I get along with almost everyone, but I tend to get frustrated at people who always say yes and end up not delivering. I expect honesty and integrity, and saying yes should mean yes. Who do you think are our 2 major competitors? Microsoft is competing with many different companies because Microsoft provides many different software. MSN is growing, and AOL is the #1 competitor for this business, while the Microsoft OS is challenged by Linux because it's free. Have you managed people in any of the positions you've held? I have 3 years of experience managing people. I managed a team from 3 people to a group of 10. Most of my duties as a manager was to make sure our projects were on track and that each employee was completing their work. What types of people do you have trouble getting along with? I'm very understanding of different people and different work styles, but I have a hard time with people who only do work that is seen by management. There's so much work that needs to be done, and not everything is seen by the manager, so I get upset when work is neglected. Who do you think are our 2 major competitors? The biggest competitor is Burger King. Wherever you see a McDonald's, it's common to see a Burger King nearby. They specialize in flame-broiled burgers and use that as their marketing strategy. The Whopper is the #1 selling burger, selling approximately 30% more than all other burgers. The second competitor is Wendy's. Although in some regions other hamburger stores sell more, if you take international sales into consideration, Wendy's clearly is a strong competitor. They advertise opening late and concentrate on their dollar menu, luring people in to buy other more expensive items. Have you managed people in any of the positions you've held? I've never managed people yet, but I have 2 years of experience mentoring new employees. I took several courses on management, and I feel I'm ready to take the next step of managing people. What types of people do you have trouble getting along with? I get along with almost everyone, but I think I have the hardest time tolerating people who think they are always right. Not everything is black and white, and many times there are multiple ways of doing something. In my last group, I had a coworker that believed his way was the correct way. That's fine, but when you try to explain another viewpoint, he doesn't listen, starts to talk louder, and he begins to think it's a debate. I avoided him for a while, but I realized I should put in an effort to deal with his personality. Why do you like sales? I like sales because I like talking with people, and I'm good at making people feel comfortable. Have you managed people in any of the positions you've held? I didn't hold a management position, but I was in charge of several projects where I had to manage a group of 4 workers to complete projects for a 3-month duration each. These projects gave me great experience in managing people. What types of people do you have trouble getting along with? Basically, I had to change the way I talked to him. I was very careful with my words and always said something like, "That's a great idea, but we could add this to it," or "I definitely agree with you, but can I get your opinion on this method?" To tell you the truth, I would rather not deal with a person like that, but I thought the right thing to do was to find a way to deal with him, so that is what I did. Why do you like sales? I enjoy sales because it requires strong communication skills, and that's one of my strong traits. I like the challenge of making a sale, and I feel good whenever I make a good sale. Have you managed people in any of the positions you've held? I've never been in a management position yet, but I did manage 2 temporary employees for a 1-year duration. During that time, I was given a large area of work to cover. I planned and organized the work to distribute to the 2 extra workers. I managed their work and kept track of how many hours they worked each week. I met with them on a regular basis and provided feedback on where they were doing well and where they needed improvement. Their time in our team ended after we completed the project. It wasn't a management position, but I gained experience in managing people. Who do you think are our 2 major competitors? The #1 competitor to Verizon is Cingular. After they merged with AT&T, They became the largest cell phone provider with a 19% market control. The next competitor is Nextel. Although they only have 10% of the market, they are increasing in strength. Why do you like sales? I like sales because it fits my personality. I enjoy working with all sorts of people, and I like to provide great customer service by answering questions about products professionally. Why do you like sales? I've always liked sales. I enjoy working with and talking to people. I'm good at making people comfortable, and I also like the challenge. In the past with my friends, I heard comments frequently that I would make a good salesman, even before I got into sales. So basically, I like sales because it fits my personality, and I really enjoy it. Have you managed people in any of the positions you've held? I never held a position where I was managing people, but I had a lot of experience where I was in charge of large projects. Although it was my coworkers, I had the experience of taking the lead on projects where I had to manage people for a specific time period. Although I didn't experience the full aspect of managing people, I learned how to bring people together, how to use individual strengths of each worker, and how to organize and break down a large task to distribute to several people. Who do you think are our two major competitors? The two competitors of Nokia are Motorola and Samsung. Motorola has a strong presence in the United States, where Samsung is more global.